There's a certain level of cruelty that only a group of children can muster. When one is made to wear a retainer brace at age 8, it was surely an unpleasant sight, the metal headgear wrapped around her face. There were lots of stories about the night of her 9th birthday sleepover. Kids say she willed her metal brace into massive jaws, incising her way through the house. But it was no fault of her own. Mandible Judy isn't a nice name for a quiet little girl.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this...
Well, that doesn't make me feel any better.
Yeah, she might have moved away after being fired. Aren't you going to be late for work?
I have another hour. I need to talk to her and find out what is going on in that office.
All right, here. What was her last name again?
Rudolph, with a PH.
Rudolph. 63 Exton Avenue?
What's the phone number?
Yeah, it's the same one you just dialed. Well, maybe she just moved away.
Maybe. I really don't want to bother Judy's parents.
Yeah, you just upset them more, and we really don't know what the list is about.
But why did she hide it like that? This whole thing is weird.
It is pretty weird.
That first note, apartment F109. Where could that be? There aren't many apartment buildings around here.
Maybe down by Chogger Drive? What's that apartment building?
Yeah, I don't know the name, but I'm going there now. Thanks for picking me up, but I'll drive today.
Well, you sure you have time?
I can be a little late. I'll call in.
All right, well, I have to work at the shop today, but I hate to think of you going investigating on your own.
Oh, I see, and I'll be safer with a samurai backing me up.
You'll be fine. But I really do want to know if that's Catherine's apartment or not.
Code 6.
All units, 118. Possible 59 reported at 156 Woodside Avenue. Any vehicles in the vicinity, please report. Repeat, 118. Possible 59 reported at 156 Woodside Avenue. Patrolman Mazzanti, what's your location?
For Christ's sake.
Empty. Be receiving. Please confirm.
Yeah, I'm at Arena and Fetter. I'll take a look.
Copy. Suspect is male, early 20s. Denim jacket and camera. Reported to be taking pictures of strangers on the street.
And somebody got their feelings hurt. I got it.
What's that, patrolman? You want to repeat that?
Car 743 investigating, Sergeant. Well, Mr. Handelman. Enjoying the daylight for once? I thought your type operated under cover of night. Come over here, Handelman. You want to tell me why you're taking pictures of people without asking?
I'm taking a class, Officer Mazzanti.
It's patrolman. Let me see that. So, after you flunked out of school, got kicked out of the semi-pro league for dope, you figured now photography might be your thing.
Well, I was just trying to learn something new, Officer Mazzanti. I was just taking pictures.
And asking for phone numbers, addresses?
Officer Mazzanti, I was just...
Patrolman, Mazzanti, Handelman. Patrolman.
Sorry, sir. I wasn't trying to do anything. I was just trying to make some, portraits.
Lighten up, Handelman. I'm just pushing your buttons. I think you need a drink, Handelman. Oh, look at that. It says bar and grill. Now that's luck, wouldn't you say?
Sir, I don't want to drink. It's, I'll just forget about the pictures.
Nonsense, Handelman. You got a class assignment. But first, you're having a drink with me.
No, I should really get back. I have work later.
You are being detained under suspicion, and the interrogation will be conducted where I say it will be conducted. Now, I suggest you go inside unless you want to go to police headquarters for this.
Doctor says Kenny's going to be fine.
Just a bump on the head and a lot of questions.
Well, that's a relief.
He wants me to keep him home and quiet for the day. We can go back to classes by tomorrow. I guess you have no idea what caused this sound?
No, I'm totally at a loss. Lithophonic rocks that ring when you hit them with a hammer are a known phenomenon, but normally they don't just make sound on their own, much less such overwhelming sounds like we heard. But you can bet I'm going to check it out further. I think it's better if Kenny sits the next few days out until I figure out what this is all about.
I think that would be best. He said something about the drive back. That the marsh was different?
I couldn't be sure. We were both pretty dazed, but it did seem like there were blooms on some of the plants that I hadn't noticed before, and it sounds silly to even say, but the frogs sounded strange.
Kenny said it was like they were sick. Or angry. Angry frogs. Not what you would normally expect.
No, Mr. Howard. Not at all.
C7, C8. I don't see any letter F apartments. What exactly is the plan if we find it?
We knock and see who lives there. We ask if they know the previous tenant.
C10. Bon, I don't see any F109. Let me see that note again.
But this is the only apartment building in East Haddam. If it's in another town, we'll never find it.
Last apartment. This looks like 10-9 to me, not 109.
Last apartment, 10-9. Doesn't make any sense.
It might make sense if it's not an apartment number. I mean, APT doesn't necessarily mean apartment. And 10-9, I mean, that could be any number of things.
Like a date.
October 9th. That was just a few weeks ago. And F...
Friday, October 9th. APT is appointment.
Hang on. All right, today's the 21st. Last Friday was 16th, so Friday before that was the 9th.
So she was worried about the last appointment on Friday, October 9th. This must have something to do with the prohibited drugs.
Maybe she was going to confront him. But what was the rest of the note about? Blankets, lanterns?
I don't know, but I have to get to the office and find out whose appointment was on the 9th.
Bon, this guy could be dangerous. We don't know.
I'll be careful. I won't let on.
I'm calling out of work. I'm coming with you.
Marco, you can't. He'll know something's up if you're there.
I don't want you to be alone with him. This is crazy.
I promise I'll get the information and just go about the day as if nothing is wrong. It'll be fine. Trust me.
All right, but I'll be at the shop. Call me and let me know you're okay.
I will.
Drinking whiskey is no vice, Handelman. It's called survival.
I don't know. I'm trying to play it straight. I don't want to be
A fuck-up? You don't want to be a fuck-up, Handelman? You're a little late on that score, don't you think? You've been fucking up since day one, son. But you know what? So have they. They point the finger at you to keep the attention off of themselves. And they got you running scared, don't they? Don't they?
No, I'm not trying to run from anybody, Officer. Patrolman Mazzanti.
That's it, Handelman. That anger is your friend, son. You need it.
I should really go.
You are being interrogated, son. Now sit there, drink your drink, and listen up. You need to grab onto life, Handelman. Let them know you are not going to take their shit.
Car 743, please report on that 118. Mazzanti, what's your situation?
Now you wait right there. Don't go anywhere. I just have to make a pit stop. You're okay, Handelman. I wish my kid had half your grit.
Bonnie, would you send in the next patient, please?
Yes, Doctor. Mr. Lewis, you can go in now.
Come on in. Let's have a look.
I speak to Marco Mazzanti, please? Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, listen. October 9th was supposed to be the last appointment for Judy Caterbeck.
You mean from the birthday party? The murders?
Right, and the appointments listed on the prohibited drug list all match up with Judy, too. Do you see? Catherine found out that Fusi was testing prohibited drugs on that poor little girl.
And so we fired her.
Or worse, why is her number no longer working? Judy never came to her last appointment. It was canceled at the last minute. Catherine was going to intervene, but Fusi headed it off.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me, the note. It's a shopping list. Provisions. The blankets, the lantern. It sounds like she might have been planning a trip to the mountains.
After she tipped off the police about Fusi.
More soup, son?
No, Dad. I've got this pain.
A pain? Where, son?
My mouth. Like around my jaw. And my teeth.
Let me see. Looks normal. I don't know.
And my ears keep ringing. I can still hear the rocks sometimes. It just comes and goes.
All right, I'm calling the doctor. I'm going to take you over to see him tonight.
I don't really feel like going anywhere in the car, Dad.
Listen, we can't mess around with this. We don't know what happened to you at those rocks.
Dental Services of East Haddam. How can I help you?
Yes, my son is having some pretty severe pain in his teeth and jaw. I wonder if I could bring him in as soon as possible.
How old is your son?
He's 18. Kenny Howard. He was working down by the marsh and something happened. Maybe he hit his head. I don't really know. But he's got this pain now and he's hearing a loud sound at times.
Okay, Mr. Howard. Let me see when Dr. Fusi is next.